Hey, it's Jiso, and I hope you're having a great day. Today, we are going to dive deep, like very deep, into the universe of Sifu, a game that I loved from top to bottom ever since it came out. Honestly, it might be the best game so far of 2022 for me personally. The game can, however, be difficult and at times unfair. You are going to die. You're going to die a lot. I have played this game extensively, over 60 hours or so, and I have learned a lot of things. And hopefully, all my experiences, all my deaths are going to serve one purpose: to make your runs better, to help you become Sifu. The very first tip we are going to go over is regarding your score and your multiplier and why you should care. The game doesn't tell you that you can taunt your enemies, which, aside from pissing them off and make them target you, increases your score. And the reason why you may want to do that is because some of the bonuses are locked behind a high score, and you may want to go for the highest one, and the highest one being parry impact, which increase the structure damage you inflict to enemies upon parrying. This one is very useful. It's going to be useful in every fight, especially in boss fights, and it's the most expensive one, given the fact that some enemies make you think differently. By targeting structure over health, you may want to prioritize getting the most out of your parries. The developers knew they were making a quite challenging game. This is also why they put throughout the game some little helpers. Helpers you can only see if you've been paying attention. And this actually leads us to the second trick: paying attention to your environment and using it. One very essential skill you're going to need is environmental mastery. This is going to transform the way you interact with objects and how you approach fights and encounters. One good thing about Sifu is that the game isn't boring. Every time you redo a level, you find new ways to fight, new ways to use your environment to your advantage, and it doesn't even stop to how you interact with objects. Boss fights in this game are carefully crafted, especially the more tedious fights. Whether it's from the first fight to the very last fight, the developers have placed very useful weapons at the beginning of every significant boss fight. And the great thing about the game is that little attention to detail does not just stop with boss fights. Even the most challenging encounters have those little nuances, those little moments where you have to pay attention, like that fight, which is a very challenging fight. But ever wonder why there were 3 katanas here? Because there were 3 big enemies to take down, 1 big guy and 2 boot girls, which becomes significantly easier if you just use the weapons given to you. One of the most satisfying things about Sifu has to be the takedowns. Oh, we love those. We can't stop ourselves when we see those red flashing buttons on our screen. We need to hear those bones crack under the weight of our fist. However, you don't want to take down every enemy. The game is designed in a very peculiar way. Let me explain. After you kill a certain amount of enemies in the game, you are most likely going to enrage the next guy or girl you try to take down. The thing to keep in mind, however, is that some enemies cannot turn into elite Super Saiyans because they are already in this state. Thus, they will not go beyond Super Saiyan 1. I can't think about it, and I'm thinking it would make sense that they evolve, but it is what it is. For example, the big guy, those guys, and those 2 guys will not turn into Super Saiyans, and you can just pay attention to their health and how they are presented. Did you see those flames or fumes coming out of their body, it means they are already in this state. They are already Super Saiyans, so they cannot go further. So you can perform takedowns, just do so wisely. Otherwise, the tables may be turned against you. Did you know that you could take down enemies using katanas? I didn't either. You could take down every enemy in the game using a katana except bosses. Those are the ones you cannot take down in one shot using a katana, but everyone else, you can. Okay, how do you do that? First of all, you need to find a katana or a machete. Any bladed weapon will do. Next, you need to hold the heavy attack button until you see his arm be raised up. That's the signal. That's the signal that whatever comes your way is going to get one shot. There are two things you should keep in mind. Once you use the weapon for a one-shot takedown, you can no longer retrieve it, which means it's a one-time use only. Secondly, you are very vulnerable while you are preparing for the attack, which means it's better to immobilize your enemy first before doing that. Alright guys, that's it for today. I will be back with some more tips and tricks and also a little short video about combos, very easy to remember combos you can use to destroy everybody in the game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video will help you in your journey. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe and drop a comment. I'll see you guys next time and be Sifu.